with 500 Rand and 2 of these. The guy here next to me, Etienne, made this all possible during load shedding, lost his job, and all he had was 2 of these, 500 bucks, and a bucket to drive around in. Find out how Husqvarna made it possible for him to take his life, his business, and everything else forward. Etienne, welcome to Farmspace.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I'm very happy to be here with you guys, with Husqvarna and with Farmspace.
We all have a life story. We all been through tough times, but it must be, there's something special about being to say, listen, I've been through tough times, but I came out on the other side better than I was before the bad times. And I think those sort of stories show the diversity and the way we can adapt using our talents, and that's exactly what you did, Jim.
Yeah, Tinus, thank you. The difficult times we've experienced in South Africa over the last few years, from the different things that have hit us, load shedding, supply chain issues because of COVID, and so on, have really affected businesses here. Everything that we do here is a result of the challenges that we faced, and instead of just lying down, we faced them head on. I used to be in corporate, and with lockdown, I lost my job, and I unfortunately had to start looking for different revenues of income. I used to have 2 chainsaws and do tree felling and tree care in my off time as a hobby. And because I was forced to, I was like, let's take this challenge head on and let's start a business after losing my job. And yeah, here we are almost 4 years later, and we've gone from strength to strength and diversified a little bit as well.
Good. We're now diversified into making these lovely tables as using let's call the scraps, but it actually high quality wood that you guys get a hold of, making sure that this doesn't go to waste, doesn't end up in ashes in someone's braai.
That's right.
Not that braai is a waste at any point of view, but not the quality of wood that you guys do get access to. You've built a business, you've got now people working for you. So it's more than a success story, it's an economic success story within this area. You've used Husqvarna. The reason why you went that way, there's only a few options available in South Africa when it comes to chainsaws, quality chainsaws. Why did you decide this Husqvarna is the way to go for you?
So originally when we started, we, like you mentioned, had a few different options on the market. We tried 1 or 2 different manufacturers. What we found is that Husqvarna, the agents in George, they are called Topsaw George. They were giving us much better service than the other suppliers as agents. So firstly, the agents were very well selected by Husqvarna. And secondly, the products themselves, they've got a couple of design advantages over the other products, especially when it comes to the chainsaw milling, because of the add-on that we do. Once we've cut the tree down, we then process everything into slabs and beams and planks, and we do that with the Husqvarna product. And their products are extremely good. They've got very high power output for the competing models, especially with the bigger saws. And they're a couple of design advantages over other models. Let's not get into the other models.
The details.
That's right.
Yeah, but you create all of this. You don't have a different machine for your milling and your processing. This is all done with Husqvarna chainsaws.
That's 100% correct.
And you've made that part of your business, and it's a lot more affordable for you to use Husqvarna instead of your big, what do you call them, Rob?
The band saws.
Yes. Making it a profitable business for yourself and for the client, because you don't have to pay millions in machinery.
That's correct.
Etienne, when you look at chainsaw as a business and as a hobby and as a passion, we don't see that every day in the business. It's not it's not something that it's not a common thing. When someone likes chainsaws too much, you get chainsaw massacre, that sort of thing in the movies. That's my thing when someone likes it. But you've got to be a passion for not chainsaws, but for nature as a whole. How did that all happen for you? Where does this come from?
Tina, so growing up in George, quite close to the mountain, we've always been, in our family, we've always been really close to nature. We've always had a love and a passion for nature. And growing up, that's always been there. While I was at school, I used to play rugby and I used to do athletics. It was always outside sports, so that's always been an important thing for us. At some point during university, I made the call to stop playing rugby and to stop doing competitive sports. And then I started feeling frustrated that I wasn't exercising anymore because it's been such a big part of my life. And with that, I'd also worked on a farm at some point before, and they taught us how to use chainsaws on the farm because we had to cut around at the farm. And I kind of came to the conclusion that I should buy myself a chainsaw and start climbing trees and be active in the work that I was doing. And while I was at university, I started cutting with a chainsaw and slowly but surely started developing that passion. And look where it's brought us today.
Yeah, it's brought your own company, and you not only changed the way you do business, but you've changed a few lives around you as you expanded and now employing a whole lot of other people running around the George area. Okay, there you have it. All the way here from George, the branch manager, company that came from nothing, and all they had is passion and just enough to get started. Make sure you don't miss the next episode. He's going to show us how these beautiful tables get made. They're going to show us how they work out in the woods, in your garden or in the bush, and making sure that whatever they cut down don't just get thrown away, but becomes part of someone's lifestyle. Until next time, cheers.